Later. Hey, what's up, y'all? Laughing and joking with my compadres at the dialysis center. Hopefully, everybody's having all. If you can get some dialysis out of some dialysis better than none. So I wanted to talk about what we started talking about earlier today, which was the Blue Laces 2 lyrics. It's been heavy on my mind, man. Like I said, since last night when I was trying to sleep, and then I woke up with that verse. That I guess it's the third verse on my mind about the shootout at the beach and all that stuff he said about the spook by the door. I really started putting and investing time into thinking about what he was saying, because I'm sure Nip was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle was brilliant in the way that he rapped. He don't get enough credit for lyricism. The man puts forth, even though he makes words rhyme together that don't necessarily rhyme together, that's his art form, that he does that and it works for him on a beat. Everybody can't pull that off. Nip was a genius, and he talked about some real stuff on wax, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, not everybody can tell a vivid story in hip-hop, still use real bars, still have a fat beat or whatever, and still sell records. Like, it's usually unheard of that somebody will be able to do that. But then you have Nip that come along, and he's able to do all of those and to captivate you. And to keep you listening and waiting for the next song, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely lost a crucial part of hip hop, and it's sad because he was a student of hip hop, a real student of hip hop. He read many of the books from hip hop artists like LL Cool J and Jay-Z. He studied the blueprint of hip hop of different rappers, Biggie and all of them, Pop. So Q, you know, he loves Snoop, all of them. So you got to give much respect to where it's due. The man honored his craft, and he worked at his craft. Not only did he understand bars and how to blend bars and mix bars and, you know, come up with better bars, he also knew how to engineer. So therefore he did not have to pay as an expense to his company to have an engineer to do their records, because he did it himself. Now, of course, when you're presenting a album to a record label, you're going to have to go to somebody super professional. But to cut out the middleman in the beginning of the process is genius. And I got to give Nip a shout out for that. But let's get back to what the topic is tonight. The topic we're going to talk about is Blue Laces 2, Decoded. The reason I say Decoded is because I believe that Brother Nip is talking to us through the lyrics. I don't think enough people pay attention. We hear the words, but I don't think we're paying attention to what he was really saying. Like, I've heard him talk about this. I've listened to Blue Laces 2 probably 100 times. And I always hear what he's saying when he talk about the shootout at the beach, 20 deep and all of that. I listen to every bar, you know what I'm saying? All that, Spook by the door, all of that. And in my mind, I never put two and two together, because there was no need to put two and two together in regard to this particular thing with Nip. That is, until he died. Then once he died, then you start looking at his lyrics and certain things differently, because I believe he left a pattern for us to go back over and to look back, like a roadmap. I believe that Blue Laces is a true story that he wanted to get off of his chest. I think Nip knew that he wasn't gonna be here forever. I think Nip knew he had paid. That's why he named his album Victory Lap. You know what I'm saying? There's no anybody with a mindset that they about to conquer hip hop wouldn't name their album a final song or a final name. Victory Lap is like a finality. Like, I'm telling y'all, I'm on my victory lap. I done did this shit. I'm running my race. I done finished my race. I'm done. Anybody with common sense can figure that out. So it makes perfect sense that Victory Lap would be his last album, considering victory means he conquered what he came to do, which he did, hip hop. You know, he sold records, sold music. You know, he created a space for his children. He talked about having opportunities for his kids. He created that. He created a lifelong legacy through certain things that he owns. And he also put his family in a good place, because now they have, with Black Sam being the executor of his estate, they can disperse funds more easily to help the family, or to, you know, to send to the kids, to make sure they have whatever they need, all of that kind of stuff. And they get to handle the business. So whatever Nip's side of Marathon Clothing was, that's, you know, that's all included in this. Marathon OG is still owned by Nipsey Hussle. Nobody has said anything differently, and I don't care about no Rock Nation or nothing else. What I'm saying to you is, all of this stuff that's coming up right now is like a fog that's trying to get us to look the opposite direction of where we need to be looking. So I think where we need to be looking at is the points that we always talk about. And the points that we always talk about on my page is we need to use our minds instead of our eyes, and we need to think more. And in order to do that, you have to be at a capacity where you can do that. Because you're not going to think properly if you're not, you know, if you're not a person who thinks like that. You have to open up your mind and accept some things that may not be normal to you. And a lot of people are not willing to do that. So I think Blue Laces too. And then you have to ask yourself, why would you make a song in regard another Blue Laces? Like, that wasn't even like the first Blue Laces. Knows Blue Laces 2 is not even close. Like, one is one kind of song, the other one is another feedback storytelling song. The other one is a storytelling song, but it's more on it got a little edge to it. So, you know, Blue Laces 2 is soulful. It's very, you know, you can sit down and listen to every word that he's saying. And I believe that he utilized that beat to talk to us and leave us little, you know, little tidbits here and there. See, while we focus on everything else, we're not focusing on what's really going on. And what's really going on is the fact that we know that Nipsey is no longer here. We know supposedly that he has a death certificate, meaning that a person is dead. We have people who said directly that the 60s are responsible for his death because of an internal conflict. So, you know, with that being said, a lot of the other things start making sense when you put pieces in place. Blue Laces 2, he talks about a shootout at the beach. Now, whether or not there was really a shootout at the beach, it could have been a shootout on Hollywood Boulevard, or maybe maybe he didn't give the full reconnaissance of what he was saying happened that day, because he probably couldn't, because he would have implicated himself in a crime. So he probably just jazzed it up by changing some of the words, and but still giving you the basics of what happened. He used Convey's name. Convey is one of the dudes on All Money In. He said Convey's name. He spoke about 3 shots. I'm gonna deal with this in a second because this is real deep. Remember the word IC3. IC3. Y'all remember that part. Do not put a pin in that. We're gonna come back to IC3. IC3 is so important to what I just looked up a few minutes ago, because nobody even paid attention. All we were thinking that he was saying was that he saw 3, like ISAWSEE 3. Like I saw 3 real stains. But if you look up IC3, go to Google and look up IC3. Just put the letter I, put the letter C, and put the letter 3. I mean, put the number 3, and tell me what you find out. It's a government. IC3 is a government program under the FBI where you can give information about certain things. So that's strange that he would have said IC3 like in that corrupt. And the way he said it, he didn't separate the words. Like, you know how some rappers say IC3. Like, you break up the words, you know what they're saying. Like, you know what? I see 3. So you understood they said I saw 3. Nip said it together. He said I see 3. I see 3 as in say it together, niggas. Don't break it apart. Say it together. I see 3. Look up IC3. I'm telling you, I'm breaking this shit down. I do my homework, man. You don't believe me? Tell me I'm lying. IC3 is a rock band. It's also a program for children. But keep scrolling down. You're going to see an FBI logo. Midway down the page on Google, you're going to see an FBI logo. Y'all can't see me, but I'm here because I'm driving. IC3, the letter I, C as in Charlie, the number 3. Put those 3 things together and go to Google. And don't fall for the first, because y'all gonna be like, oh, he didn't know what the fuck he talking about. Keep scrolling down. and you're gonna come up on a federal program for turning in information. Now, I don't know if that's what he was saying, but I've been listening to hip hop since 1979 for the Sugar Hill Gang, and most rappers, even Nipsey Hussle, articulates himself very well. He splits up words. When he want to put something together, he put it together for meaning. I believe that he said IC3 on purpose, as in IC3, like as in one group of one thing, not three separate words. I think he said IC3 as the code word. And then when you look up IC3 and you go online, whoever's on Google, go to Google so we can see that I'm telling the truth. You're going to have to scroll down about 3/4 of the page because it's a lot of shit under IC3. The letter IC3. But keep scrolling. You're going to come up with a federal program about dropping information on people or reporting information on people. Kind of strange. I don't know what the significance of it is, but I'm still working on it. But just me seeing that meant a lot to me because that means maybe I found one of the clues that he was talking about. I have people who came in my live earlier and also been on my videos saying, what if Nip was a snitch? You know, I can't speak on that. I've never seen the demeanor of Nipsey Hussle being a snitch. I thought it weird. I thought it very weird that they would have put that in the narrative with Eric Holder when they introduced Eric Holder. I didn't really understand that question being asked in the narrative until I listened to Blue Laces 2. Because he said he was the spook by the door, and this is the infiltration, meaning I made it in. Now I got to do my part. So I don't know what it means, guys. I told y'all I was going to break it down and decode it. Maybe I'm not even the one that's going to break it all the way down for y'all, but I'm trying to do my part, like I said I would. Another thing that he talked about in the song was Convey. If you look up Convey, Convey is one of the dudes. If you go to Hussle in the House video, at the end of the video, or like the end of the second verse, he named all the people in the picture. So he like Convey, something, Mr. Draws, Mr. Tiny Draws, and something. But he says the word Convey, just like he says in Blue Laces. Now Convey is a member of the 60s. So that's kind of elemental to the story that I'm trying to tell y'all. Maybe they took it the wrong way, the 60s, and maybe they murdered him because they felt like he was snitching in Blue Laces too. Or they felt something about him. Maybe they found out something more than that. You know, maybe that was his way of putting the word out for people who was paying attention on what was going on so that they could have a case. I don't know. I'm not disrespecting the brother Nipsey. I don't know. You know, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. These governmental people will come at you and threaten your life to the point where you will accept just about whatever they tell you you're going to do. They tell you that you're going to go kill a senator. You're going to go and, because they'll kill you and your family. So, I'm not talking bad about Nipsey Hussle. I'm saying you have to look at all perspectives when it comes to Blue Laces 2. Blue Laces 2 is a very, very powerful song. I keep saying that. But if you decode Blue Laces 2, it becomes even more powerful if you're paying attention. And what I mean by paying attention is you have to look for certain combinations of words and letters, names, and scenarios that he names, and why he would talk about that on a song, like a mainstream song. It's got to tell you something's wrong because he knew he was a 60, so why would he even bring up the event? Even if you change the parameters of the event in your song, like let's say you said to shoot out the beach, but let's say it really happened on Rodeo Drive or whatever, I'm just saying, but you changed it to the beach. And, instead of it being 20 deep, it was like 25 deep. And then Convey ended up getting shot for real, or somebody else ended up getting shot, but you said Convey because Convey's name rhymed at that time, but he was relative to what the moment was with what was happening. So I'm telling y'all, once I get into something, I be getting deep. I dig deep. And that goes for a lot of things. His name Kabi. Kabi or Kavi? Okay, Kabi. So he says the name Kabi on Blue Laces. People ain't paying attention because they think he said something else. But he said Kabi. when he started talking about the shootout at the beach, 20 deep, all that, listen to that part right there. He mentions Cobby's name. Now, that's another key, because maybe they felt a certain kind of way about him doing that. What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? But my thing is, you know, we're looking at potential reasons for Nipsey to have been killed. And, you know, maybe the 60s didn't like the fact that he talked about this experience on wax. You know, sometimes people feel a certain kind of way. Then all of a sudden, now you going to talk to the city council, then you're going to meet with the police. You know, maybe they felt like they couldn't trust him anymore. They was like, man, we let that blue laces shit go, but now he's going to meet with the police chief. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying anything against Nipsey Hussle. And anybody who take it any other way, fuck you. I'm saying you got to look at every possible solution to figure out what could have happened and why his own people would have turned on him and made it a internal dispute. Yeah, exactly. He talked about him in the Hussle in the House video, and he mentioned his name in blue laces. What's going on, everybody? I'm driving and it's nighttime, so if I don't see you, sorry. What's up, Nanani? How you doing? Everybody, if I miss you, what's up, Ronald? Please, if I miss y'all, don't be mad at me, because I can't really drive good in the nighttime, so I don't want to kill myself or y'all see me dying on live. That'll be like the most highest videos I ever had, I guess. What's up? Who else said what's up? I got you, Ronald. Mo, what's up, Mo? Yeah, no doubt. How many stains? I see 3. Yeah, that shit real, but wait, hold on. I'm taking them back though, Mo Money. Mo Money, I'm telling you, it's even deeper than the part that you just said, because you spelled out the word IC3, right? But Nip didn't say them separately. He put them together on purpose. I think he was sending a clue, because if you take the letter I, then the letter C, then 3, and go to Google, and you're gonna have to scroll for probably about 3/4 of a page down. There's a lot of shit named IC3. They got athletic programs and all. But the part that I'm telling y'all to look for is there's a federal program for reporting information on people. It's called IC3. IC3, the letter I, C3, in conjunction with each other. Now, I know Nip wordplay. Nip usually expound his words where you understand what he's saying, unless it's at the end of the bar. But this is not at the end of the bar. So my thinking is like, wait a minute. So let me look into. So something said just out of the blue. I just typed in the letters IC3, and guess what the fuck I see? The FBI has a hotline. It's like a complaint and reporting part of the FBI. Dead fucking serious, y'all. And I wasn't even really like digging too much, but something told me to keep scrolling on the page for IC3. If you don't believe me, go to Google and do it yourself. The letter I, C3, all together. Put them all together. IC3. Go. If you don't believe me, you don't have to believe me. All the motherfuckers out there that's like, man, fuck that shit. Bruh, type in I, the letter I, C3 together as one thing, IC3, and scroll down about 3/4 of the way down the page and tell me you did not see an FBI logo. I'll stay off of YouTube for a whole month. The Fraggle Rock looking bitch will love y'all for doing it, and I'll take a break. But I'm saying that because I know I'm not wrong, because I already looked at it. That's amazing. They said he was gonna meet with the LAPD though. That's what. See, he was meeting with the city council already. He had already had a city council meeting that he had did once, but he was coming back to talk about funding and all that kind of stuff. But even the police chief said that Nip had a meeting with them. So I mean, it wasn't no unknown thing. I don't know what the talk in LA is. Like, I don't really know what the truth of the matter is. But I'm just saying, as far as Nip is concerned, he mentioned that he had a gang thing that he was about to do with the police. Who doing too much? Miss Cheryl? It's always about money, brother. Money make the world go round. I read I read everybody's email, so you don't have to keep sending them back to me back to back to back. I read everybody's email. I was able to gain some information from one or two of them, but for the most part, none of that stuff is new. Y'all just sending me recycled information, and it's not really helping me. I'd rather just concentrate on Blue Laces 2 for right now. Just being honest. I thank y'all. What's up, Pharaoh? They say Nip was doing too much. Yeah, I guess so. I guess they felt like he was already a superstar and bigger than the game. So I guess they felt like he was going, leave him where he stood at. I guess I don't know. I'm not one of them, so I can't speak on that in detail. But at the end of the day, the whole matter of it is that anybody could work out something with each other. Like all we gotta do is sit down. We could talk. This man rich. There's no way y'all couldn't have got this man to chip in on some shit y'all trying to do or some shit. And y'all ain't have to kill that man. Y'all could have put him up against the wall, you know what I'm saying? Maybe whooped his ass or something, and then forced him to try to open up some kind of shit in the hood for y'all, cause y'all ain't got no money. Instead of killing them, what are you gonna benefit? That little $5,000-$6,000 they probably gave them a piece, that shit spent already. You ain't never gonna be able to get your soul back. And see, like Nip said, that culture is contagious in LA. Whereas they'll blow your brains out and leave you standing where you at and won't even care. And that goes for them as well. Like if they feel like somebody crossing them, it's the same situation as a mark. Yeah, I know my little LA street language, so yeah, I know a little bit. Sometimes it's just like the movie. Y'all ever see that Whitney Houston movie, The Bodyguard? Y'all ain't even know who the person was that was trying to kill her till the sister finally went the fuck off. But she was the picture of love in all the pictures. All the pictures. She right there with her, helping her pack her luggage, helping her do this, helping her do that shit. But in reality, that bitch was going home at night fucking burning pictures of Whitney. And wishing on her name that she would be dead to the stars. So that's probably how it was for him and his gang. Yeah, undercover. So that's the next part. I'm gonna break it down piece by piece. I'm really getting into this thing right here, man. It's really mind-boggling me. But that wouldn't make sense though, Glenn, because Big U do the same thing. So why would that? I mean, part of what you're saying is true, and part of it is I don't agree with. I do agree with part of it, though. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to order some more junk food that I don't need to eat. Hello. No, thank you. Can I have an order of classic wings?
Classic wings? Do you want 5 or 6?
My 5.
5, do you want the combo or just the wings?
Just the wings.
All right. What sauce would you like?
Just whatever the mildest is that you have.
You just want mild?
Whatever the mildest is you have, that's fine. Pick one that's really mild and I'll take it.
I can tell you the flavors.
The one up from barbecue.
The one up from barbecue?
Yeah, that's cool.
So you want the honey garlic?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, and would you like anything else?
That's it.
All right, you can pull forward, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
All right, so I'm back. Got to get some take home. That dialysis be draining like a mug. I do love chicken. That's my birthmark. I be trying to get it in. I ain't got nobody at home to cook for me, so, I got to get it in when I can get it in. I try to make sure I eat enough portions that benefit me in a way I don't overeat. So, it's not like I'm going to Popeyes and get a 16-piece and I'm just going to sit down and eat that shit and all that. I don't do that. I'll get a piece of chicken, like a leg or something like that, and a biscuit and something to drink. Big U couldn't, because he couldn't put it together. Yeah, more than likely. Ms. Valeria, yes, I'm in the South, but I'm not going to go into specifics unless you want me to die. I'll be talking about some stuff that I ain't supposed to be talking about now. Don't let me have to check and see if you done folks. And I appreciate all the compliments in my email. Thank y'all for being so kind. I appreciate it. Y'all are very kind. Yeah, that's why it's never gonna be no justice, Mo. That's the honest to God truth. They control the whole narrative. There's no way they could have did what happened in that area without Big U knowing about it. So yeah, I mean, hey, how are you? Yeah, there's no way it would have got sanctioned without him knowing about it, because the other OGs would have came and hollered at him like, well, yo, what happened to your boy, man? You know, like that kind of situation. They would have pressed him.
All right, it's gonna be 6:30.
Okay, thank you. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think Nipsey ever tried to be the greatest gang member. I think they were scared that he was gonna break off and start snitching and start telling everything. I think that's what was happening. Thank you. I think they was more afraid of the fact of what he knew and what he was able to tell if he should ever be flipped. I never said, Miss Melissa, you know daggone well that I ain't never said that the 60s did that on their own. So come on now. Yeah, nothing can happen on those streets without his approval. I don't give a damn how much of an activist he say he is. Everybody still know that when it comes to the 60s, that Big U is still in charge. Nobody's stupid. So, of course, anything that gets sanctioned in that area, period, if it got to do with money, anything, they got to go through him. Hey, Miss Denise, how are you? Love that profile picture. You always got that nice smile. That's nice. It's good to see you pop up. Well, I mean, he called himself an activist, and he sounded sincere. Thank you. You have a good day. And he sounded sincere, like in the video that he did, where he was talking about what he wants to do with his life now, and how he don't want his boys to gangbang, and they want them to do other things. So I mean, he sounded real sincere in the in that particular situation. But no, I don't believe that shit. I'm talking about Big U. What documentary? What documentary are we talking about? I'm asking you what documentary. I understand you, it ain't Nipsey, but what documentary are we talking about? Is this a 60s documentary we talking about? What? Oh, now y'all quiet. Okay. Nip was so smart. I think he coded every one of his songs in case something ever happened to him. So that somebody that could put the pieces together will be able to figure it out one day. Yeah, I know, Tiny Copy, that's what I was telling you. I don't know which one it is. I thought Tiny and Cotty was two different people. The way he said it, it sounded like two different people, like he mentioned two different people. So I thought Tiny Copy was two separate people, like they was cool with somebody named Tiny and then Copy. You just put me on to something new already, so. I wonder how much Big U was trying to make him get out of his contract for, and if he ever paid it. That's something y'all can look up. Hello. I wonder if he was ever released from his contract under Big U on that Unique Entertainment. That's probably why they had a lot of those battles they had, because Big U felt like he needed to be compensated. You know, that's how it goes in this world with black people. You always got that one person riding behind your coattails, pushing you ahead so they can get a piece. Nah, that's not true. That's not true. He stopped using Big U as a manager. He cut him off completely. So Big U didn't have no lawsuit in place, a legal lawsuit. So the only other way he could have came at him was in the hood. So that's another thing to look at. See, this is how I think, guys. I don't be on that bullshit like other people. I be sitting around like, damn, you know what? I wonder if Big U ever got paid off for his management contract that he used to have with Nip. And then I'd be like, I wonder if that's why they was going back and forth all the time. And then I'd be like, I wonder if he killed the Steven because he was trying to protect Nip. And then shit just started falling in place, and then I come talk to y'all. That's just how I think. So I'm not saying that y'all on the right page, but I'm saying y'all on the right page because I'm very, very analytical. And I don't ever want anybody to leave my page and say that I told them to say nothing. If you can't fathom it in your own mind, don't tell nobody I told you nothing. If you can't take what I'm giving you and recycle it and put it together where it makes sense to you, just leave it on the page till you come back. Please, because I got enough trolls and all kind of stuff going on right now where I don't need no extra hate on YouTube. Word? Say word? Okay. Hatred been in the plan since he became a millionaire. Driving Lambos in the hood, Benzes, all the most expensive cars. Then he got a badass woman. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing but hate. Niggas that know they ain't never gonna be nothing. That figure that this is their one chance to get some bread, and they took the chance. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I've been listening to hip hop since 1979. True story. I'm gonna tell my age. I was a fan of the Sugar Hill Gang. I was a kid then, but I mean, you know, I was still jamming to what was on the radio. And I've listened to groups all my life. I lived during the 90s era, which means I lived during the best era of hip hop. So for me to like somebody like Nipsey means that he really has a unique gift about him. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? For me personally to like Nipsey Hussle, coming from California, you know, with all the objections that people usually talk about, because they assume that you're just supposed to like everybody because Snoop is from California or because MC8 is from California. Okay, I'm glad I said that. Let's put it in perspective. MC8 was the last Los Angeles rapper that I really respected, that I liked. And that's a long fucking time ago. So imagine that. Then you hear this kid rapping with Jay-Z type flow, but he got that California accent and that Snoop swagger. That shit is amazing, man. You can't bottle that. You know what I mean? Like, he developed that over time to fit him. That dude was amazing. Like, you know, I ain't mean to turn this into a compliment festival for Nipsey, but I mean, you gotta get a man props. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man was incredible, man. And they even wrote on. I saw a story on the news. They said if God had a face, this would be his face because women think he's so handsome. That shit means a lot, man. And he from Ethiopia. Like, he's not from Ethiopia. He's from Eritrea. I know that. So before y'all send 300 comments, I know that. But Eritrea is a territory controlled by Ethiopia. And Ethiopia, we know, is Haile Selassie. If you put Nipsey's picture up to a picture of Haile Selassie, they look exactly the fuck alike. Very scary. Very scary. So I believe that Nip was I think he was him reincarnated. I believe in shit like that happening. Like, your first life, you don't do enough, or you don't fulfill what you was trying to do. So God give you another chance to come back and do better. That's just me. You don't have to believe that. I ain't asking you to believe it. But yeah, for real though, like, I'm gonna kick it with y'all for a minute. So they didn't want to control Nipsey. They want to control Nipsey's money and his purse string. They want to know what's going in. That's period. They didn't give a fuck about him. As he began to rise, they didn't give no fucks about that dude. He was just another 60 that was in the game. That wasn't active no more. Don't forget about that part. No, they could have came up with any bullshit. Like, we need you to go on a ain't nobody else available, my nigga, and we need you to go and help with this. And he like, yo, man, I'm not doing that shit no more. You don't know what the circumstances were that I knew the gangs. I done been around gangs my whole life. So my thing is this, right? I'm about to take my pain medicine, y'all, but I'm still talking. So one way to weed out the bullshitters, so they can see where your mind at. Nip might have got a call that they needed him to put in work. At any time, you got to remember, anytime they get a call, they got to put in work. They got to go put in work, whether they're active or inactive. Anybody from Cali, tell me I'm telling the truth. Generally, they don't bother you if they have soldiers regularly available. That's why most older OGs that don't do it no more, they just get the respect because they ain't got to, they ain't going out there hanging. Don't do it no more. They just get the respect because they ain't got to, they ain't going out there hanging out a different way. But, maybe they came to Nip like, yo, we need you to help us with this particular situation. We need you to ride. And more than likely, he kind of could have said no. I think, see, this thinking about shit like that. Why would they do that? What you want? Is that what you're saying? So when a nigga come home from the 60s, he just basically go see Nip and get put on? Is that how it go? Something, I didn't see it. What did I miss? What I miss? Some of the hardest niggas in the world is pussy. All you gotta do is take away their power. And they'll be on the ground begging. And Monty's always good. She was just at the amusement park with Samantha. Now, if you mean mentally, I don't know. She looked like she was pretty happy. They've been doing a pretty good job of keeping her to the event so she can know the impact that her father had on the world. She's a beautiful little girl. She's gonna grow up to probably be a senator or something. She's gonna probably grow up to be a senator or something. Yeah, she's a very happy kid. I notice that every time I see her. And it don't matter if she with her mom, her crazy ass mom, or she with Sam and them. She's just an all around happy kid. So hopefully Sam, Black Sam, can try to fill that void for her that Nip can't, What are you finding out, Nene? That's got to be the hardest thing in the whole world for you, Monty. I can't imagine that pain. Because she was very close to her father. She was very close to Nip. Nip didn't go nowhere without her unless it was, private business. I feel bad for her because I know the pain that she's feeling now. Like a loss, a void. So if nothing else, So basically, if a man don't step in right now to help with that situation, he's gonna be lost. And I hope that don't happen. I'm hoping Black Sam and the ground. All right, so let me get back into some of y'all comments because I was talking. Yeah, but you know what's crazy too? It's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube with her and her father. So I'm hoping she's able to find some kind of, reprieve to, be able to go look at certain things. I tell you who else know who killed Nipsey Hussle. Tiger know who killed Nipsey. I mean, not Tiger, YG. Guarantee you, YG done heard who killed him. He just can't do shit about it. Game, I bet all them niggas know who did it. I bet you they know who pulled the trigger. But because we live this so-called gangster lifestyle where we can't snitch or we can't talk, that bullshit. Yeah, I hope she will be all right. I pray about that little girl. She has the most beautiful smile and the most beautiful demeanor of a lot of kids that I've seen at that age, considering what she's been through. I mean, to have your daddy taken away like that, then it be on TV 24 hours a day, constantly, and people talking about it, that can't be a good thing. Nick Nicole, what's good? I bet you YG know. Yeah, she looked just like Nip. They all pay high tax. What does that mean? They said that he got threats on the video shoot because he didn't pay dues, like bringing people to town, bringing artists to town, not hiring them security and stuff like that. So they said they checked him on that, supposedly. What's up, Miss Dawn? Hi, Nick Nicole. How are you? But a Jay-Z video on that area would be sky high. I don't understand. You mean like a documentary or something? Damn, I think Game knows too. Man, you know damn well that dude in the link out there. Yeah, he know who did it. He can't do shit about it, but he know who did it. He said he didn't want his sons to gangbang, so I don't know. Yes, he did. She's very, very awesome. Joseph, you confusing the shit out of me tonight. I don't know. You just making statements, and I'm not sure where the statements are coming from, Joseph. Hello, Nini. How are you? Welcome to my page. So, yeah, back to what I was saying, though. I'm not going to stay on here all night. I want to, for the next few days. What's poppin', Daniel? For the next few days, I'm going to be specifically dealing with Blue Laces 2, and I'm going to continue to break down the lyrics in my own way, to see if I can pull out little jewels here and there. But like I said, just from the first 10 minutes of me picking pieces apart, I found a lot of information that I didn't even know normally, because I normally listen to the song like I'm jamming to the song. I ain't looking for, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to his wordplay, but I'm not looking for a specific like code words. But now he's dead. Now I'm like, let me go back and listen to the song to see if I can pull anything from it. I don't know. I mean, I know the words to the song. I listen to the song every day, so I can't see why it would continue to haunt me, especially if I'm already working on it. But it's crazy because, like, I listen to a lot of Hussle songs, and none of them, I didn't get that feeling from none of the other songs. Like, Hussle in the House plays on my Bluetooth more than anything else, other than like Blue Laces 2, and then Rap Niggas, and Bullets Ain't Got No Name, and down the list. You know how that go. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Racks in the Middle was not really that deep of a song. So, I mean, he could have put some stuff in there. But I think when that beat came on for Blue Laces 2, I think that nigga was like, I gotta go in on this. I got some shit on my chest. And I think that's what he really did, was he got some shit off of his chest. Nipsey knew he wasn't gonna be around long. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Nip used to tell his mom that they used to talk about astral travel and all kind of different stuff that would happen when you no longer are here. You know what I'm saying? So for a person to understand astral travel, and that's ASTRAL, astral travel, you have to be on the mind where your third eye is open, and you have to be woke. So, you know, when that beat came on for Blue Laces 2, I think he really put his heart and soul into that song, and left us code words to go back to Decode. Because, I mean, if he would have said what he really wanted to say, they probably would have shot his ass at the end of the song coming out. So, because I'm sure he probably had some other shit he wanted to talk about in the song. And whether or not, and again, for people coming in late, I want to say this again. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm not calling Nip a snitch, but we have to look at all the elements of what Eric Holder and his conversation was. Now, I don't believe he met Eric Holder, but if we're going to go by their narrative, which they took the time to write, if we look at their narrative, we got to wonder why Eric Holder, of all people, would ask Nipsey, so you ain't never snitched? Like he knew something, like he was trying to pull something from Nipsey. Or, listen to me very clearly, listen to me. Or the government in their narrative was trying to give us a secret that they didn't want to say. Like, okay, your boy snitching, we just bringing it up this way so y'all can ask questions like, oh shit, what did he just say? You understand what I'm saying? So y'all got to think bigger than some shit on a video. So if everybody out there listening to me, say yes for a reason. Everybody listen to me for a minute. I want y'all to hear this part right here real quick. And I don't want to answer a whole bunch of questions while I'm saying it. So, okay, if y'all can hear me, say yes. Y'all still typing. Give me a minute, guys. Stay with me for a minute. Hey, D Squared, stay with me, y'all. Don't type no questions or nothing. Let me rock this real quick. All right, so imagine this, right? If we are to believe the story of Eric Holder and everything that goes with Eric Holder, we believe that we would believe, if we believe this, which we don't, that Nipsey basically told him he was a snitch, right? But his argument back to Nipsey, which is making me kind of weird and feely now, was, you ain't never snitched before? Like, not saying in terms of he asking him like he knew some shit. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? The way that they saying he asked, and then you got to remember, okay, so this is the government, we believe, that made up this whole thing. There's this whole script about them talking. So maybe the government was trying to tell us that Nip was snitching. I'm not saying he was. Please don't come on my fucking page with the bullshit, but I'm looking at every avenue and every aspect. The man called himself the spook by the door. I did not call him the spook by the door. He called himself by the spook by the door. The spook by the door, if y'all ever go read the book, you'll learn what that means. You'll understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. And there's got to be a reason why he put that in that song, specifically. Decoded. I don't find it strange that he won't talk. I think he's smart. He done got paid and he cool. But like I said, so you cut me off, Huda. Let me finish my point. Because I really want y'all to hear me. Because like as I break down Blue Laces Decoded, all these pieces have certain things to do with the song. Eric Holder, supposedly, according to what we're being told, got upset at Nipsey Hussle for Nipsey asking if he snitched. But his immediate rebuttal, supposedly, Eric Holder to Nipsey, if we are to believe the story of Eric Holder, the narrative of Eric Holder, if we're supposed to believe the narrative of Eric Holder, the next damn thing they said he said was, you ain't never snitched before? Not really asking him, but more so telling him to pull information from him, like he knew something. I'm not saying Nipsey Hussle is a snitch, guys. He called himself the spook by the door. And this is the infiltration. That was his own words. Listen to the end of Blue Laces. That's his fucking words. Everything he talked about in Blue Laces is starting to make sense now, and it's not making sense. So you have to look at every aspect of what those words could mean. One way it could mean this, one way it could be that. But as I'm starting to put shit together, it ain't looking good. He what? Okay. One body, you know, I always say everybody got their own opinion, bro, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but you rock with it, you can explain it, I'm sure you can, so cool. The Spook by the Door was an infiltration into black. You obviously didn't read The Spook by the Door, misunderstood. So why don't you give a class real quick and tell me what The Spook by the Door was about? Because I read The Spook by the Door about the government agent who would flip both sides. So don't tell me what the fuck I know. Yeah, you watched the movie. The movie ain't shit. The book tells the truth about this black man who infiltrated into well, you know, if you saw the movie, you know the story. So no need for me to sit here and explain it. But if you got it, if you took it the way that you took it, you need to go back and watch it again. Now you don't know, and that's no disrespect to you. The Spook by the Door, the reason why they called him the Spook by the Door was specifically because he was a hired agent working for the FBI and the government. So how is he not snitching if he's a... Never mind. I'm gone. You could probably read it online, Miss Dawn. I'm sure you could probably... They probably got PDFs. I ain't arguing with nobody else tonight about stuff that I know. So no disrespect. If you believe what you want to believe, misunderstood, it's all good. I'm trying to listen to you, Sam. So you can't listen to me? What's wrong? Am I too loud for you, Nene, or what's going on? Holla at me. Yeah, go look up The Spook by the Door and look at that whole story about the black man's information. See, it's not about him playing the people. He was playing the government, but regardless, he was still a snitch. Like, he was there under false pretenses. He came, he did what he was supposed to do, he played the role, and then he had to go another way because, well, yeah, go watch the movie, you'll see. I don't know about that, Hoodie. You be asking some good questions, though. I don't know the answer to that. I don't think Islam has anything to do with it at all. I think that he's from Los Angeles, and he's in the know, so people probably put it in his ear what happened. There's nothing unusual about that. Just like the OGs found out. I'm gonna let you read the book, Shirley, and you can figure it out for yourself. Is who's saying they was an informant? So if he got the plan and exposed them, what is that? That's a snitch, right? It's just a snitch working for the right side. So calm down, everybody. Let's get back down. Calm down. Calm down. A snitch is a snitch, no matter what side he's working on. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Ms. Nene. Yeah, so here's what I'm saying to you guys. So regardless of somebody telling on whoever they telling on, that's still a snitch, right? Right? A snitch is still a snitch if he telling about the information he received, or is he not a snitch if it's his own people? So no, I don't have a call in. I'm not. Nah, I ain't ready for that one body. My nervous system and my cussing skills won't allow me to do that. I'll cuss somebody ass out quick, bro. And it's not cool. I'll be on the phone with somebody, it might be a preacher or something. I'll be done cuss their ass out. Blue Laces 2. We breaking down Blue Laces 2. I actually, one body, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm from one of the hardest hoods in America. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey, which used to be a factory town that no longer has jobs or anything. It's been depressed since the 70s. So I'm not sure what you mean by what you're saying. But I lived in Trenton, New Jersey. That's where I'm born and raised. I lived in Delaware, in one of the worst parts of Delaware, which is Wilmington. I've lived in DC, Southeast DC during the Jamaican posses back in '86 to 1990. So you might want to pull that back a little bit. What you talking about, player? I lived in some of the hardest areas in the country. We might not have been gangbanging, but niggas was still killing each other. And it wasn't about what color you was wearing. Niggas was just killing each other for no fucking reason. So I'm gonna be nice. I ain't going, you know. No, I said they was snitching. The what's the name by the door is snitching. Congratulations, Joseph. I used to work in North Philly. I worked near Diamond Ave. I used to work off Germantown. Shit, oh my God. I had some of the best times ever in Philly in summertime. I miss Philly. The plateau ain't no bullshit. Shout out to Plainfield. My boy went to Job Corps in Plainsfield. Yeah, but you got to read the book to understand. The spook that sat by the door. Yeah. Very, very powerful. Okay, so here we go. So one body, I guess you're gonna be like all the rest of these folks today with me, and we've been cool. So let's come on, man, calm down, and let me explain myself, and then we're gonna move on, okay? I don't want to go through that tonight, especially with one of my people from back in the day. My point is, no matter who you telling on, you telling, right? Telling is telling. If I tell on my little sister to save her life, I still snitched on my little sister. Is that not right or wrong? Y'all could chime in on this shit too, because I want to end this so we can move on. So my definition of snitching is I don't snitch. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck about snitching. If I see some shit and it involved me going to jail, oh, you can bet I'm telling every motherfucking thing I know. I'm a grown man. I'm not dealing with that young person bullshit no more. Hell no. No, that ain't true. Because if that's the case, then a whole bunch of people, young people, wouldn't have got their ass whooped when they was young. Because then it's always, why you snitching on your little brother? Why you snitching on your little sister? So no, that's not true. I never said a witness was a snitch. Who said a witness was a snitch? You never heard those words come out of my mouth. What I said specifically, before you finish typing your next line, is that the spook by the door is still a snitch. So he's still snitching to opposite. What you're talking about is, even though he's not snitching in a way to cause somebody to go to jail, he's still fucking snitching because he's telling the business of what he learned to other people. So obviously we're gonna agree to disagree, and let's leave it alone, okay? Let's leave it alone. Exactly. I know what snitching is. I don't understand why my brother coming against me tonight. He must have been on the Fraggle Rock looking bitch page today and felt bad about something I did or something. Man, if I did something to you, one body, I apologize, but please, let's calm down. Let everybody get back on the same page so we can all, be free. God bless America. Shit. I'm here for the same reason y'all here. I'm trying to get information. I'm trying to get knowledge. And every time I post some real shit, I got 300 niggas telling me I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ever say you were mad. See, you misinterpreted me again. Not one time did I ever say you was mad, nor did I disrespect you in any way. I said I value you because you've been around since day one, and I don't want to keep talking about that shit. That's all I said, bro. So let's just leave it alone. Exactly. Thank you, Nat Turner. Yes. You working for the police. I can't stand the fucking Jets. I wear their jersey and their hat, though, because I got some green and white sneakers to go with it. That's the only reason I wear jerseys, is just to match my colors. Exactly. I don't know if you mean me or somebody else. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Explain yourself now. You talking about me or you talking about somebody else? Or you just talking in general? Because that sounds like that's directed at me. So, make that a little bit clearer, bro. I'm trying to have a good live today, y'all. Exactly. Like, it seems like even my own people turning against me. I can't win doing this shit this week. Like, I might as well just take a week off for this bitch. First the Fraggle Rock looking bitch. Now she got all kind of little scribes and imps that's coming on my page every hour. Shit, I need a break somewhere. I don't know the answer to that question, Miss Valerie. And I wouldn't even want to lie to you, because we still don't know when the call came in. All we could do is go by. We are believing the word of an 85-year-old black woman, but she has all her scruples and all her mentality. So we have to believe her, because what old person do you know don't know when noon, morning, and night is, right? So we have to believe what she's saying, but then at the same time, if we're gonna believe what she's saying, we gotta line it up, and ain't shit lining up with it. And for those who don't like cussing, I'm sorry, maybe you're on the wrong page, because I cuss like a motherfucker on here. I get passionate about shit, and I just cuss. I don't shit. No, you had it wrong, Didi. I don't get mad. My thing is, that shit pumps me up. My blood starts racing like it's adrenaline for me. Because I'm one of the ones in school where, you know, I was always awkward. So I used to have to be able to joan on people, because I would get joned on. So I'd be ready to light people ass up immediately. I just wait for them to play themselves, then I go right in on their ass. I don't know about that. I haven't really made a decision on Rempar yet. Well, here's one thing that you can do, Joyce. Like I always say, if you don't think I'm moving fast enough, you always can talk about it on your page too. Grandma ain't gonna give her a shit. Grandma quiet than a motherfucker. That shit over. They ain't talking no more. They moved back in their little house in the 60s and they cool. They ain't bothering nobody. And ain't nobody bothering them. So they cool. They ain't saying shit. We'll never know the truth about what happened until probably 20, 30 years from now. We'll have to file federal the Request for Records Act that they had to do for Malcolm X. That's the only way they was able to get that information on Malcolm X. I haven't seen Donald Trump do anything on that I've heard of. I haven't seen or heard Donald Trump involved in any construction on Crenshaw and Sussex, and I think that's a rumor, but you might want to get checked out, Junior. Not to be disrespectful to you. Yeah, wonder why, right? I don't think the mom gonna say nothing. I think she spoke everything she needed to speak, and now if anybody comes to her, she gonna keep inviting them to her church. So she gonna be making y'all think y'all got to come to her church to get some answers, because that's what she did at the last interview when she was in the car. Who talking about the 45? I know. Wait a minute, Mo. Where's Mo? Mo, you been with me for a couple days, bro. You know damn well we don't believe in that damn 45-second video. That shit was scrapped together. All right, so can I give Mo Money a quick lesson on the 45-second video? Because he's a good brother, and I want him to understand. So if y'all feel it, can everybody say yes if y'all cool with me giving that little lesson real quick? Somebody, if it's okay, which I want to hear it, y'all say yes, so I know I'm on the right. You know, I just want to make sure the brother got good information. So he's new to the page. All right, so don't worry about it. Okay, well, I'm sorry, bro. They're telling me no, so I got one no, one yes. So I got another no. Oh, that's the same no. Hold on, I got one no, one yes. Go. Okay. All right, so I got more yeses than I do no's. So More Money, chime in and tell me you can hear what I'm saying to you, so I don't got to explain this twice. Stay with me, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain it to you. Okay. So More Money, hit yes or no at the bottom. I got way more yeses than no's, guys. I'm sorry, but I gotta, you know, if an opportunity come up for me to put somebody on to the knowledge, I gotta do it. So More Money, click on here and say yes that you can hear me, so I can go ahead and start, because I'm not gonna be on here all night. So I want to go ahead and. Nah, we're not going backwards, Miss Valeria. You know, I have new people that come in and join, and they need to know what we believe, and they need to know how we think. before we go further. Now it's okay. I mean, he could have went and watched the video, but I got 35 videos. There's no way he gonna do that in one night. So I'm being cordial enough to give him a little bit of knowledge. I'm not gonna give him nothing if he don't clamp at the bottom down here and say he hear me. Mo Money, where are you at, bro? I'm not gonna do this without you. So tell me you here and say yes. All right, brother. All right. So peep this out. Y'all please don't post nothing right now because I can't see that shit. Nah, he here. Let me get into this. So Mo Money, you are look like you're a good brother. You got a decent job. You didn't get there by mistake. You got there through hard work and not persecution, but you know what I mean, perseverance. So I want you to use your mental mind, not your eyes, for what you was allowed to see in that video. Because the problem is we're emotional people, so what we see sways our opinions, right? All right, so I want you to use your mind for a minute. And I'm going to break this down to you how fake this shit is. Not even using nobody's breakdowns. I'm giving you real breakdown. First of all, I want you to imagine that are you from Los Angeles? Mo? Well, let's just say, I'm not even gonna slow it down. Let's just say, Mo, you was from a city that has a high gang affiliate. Okay, you from Compton, so you understand the gang culture. Okay, so anybody with common sense, when they hear this narrative of how they came up with this video, as soon as you start breaking it into pieces, your mind kicks in and says, damn, that shit sounds dumb as fuck. And then you start asking yourself, well, what could have happened and shit like that. So let me get into it. All right. So prior to them showing Eric Holder's name, listen to me what I'm saying. Prior to anybody ever hearing the name Eric Holder, we were presented with a video, a 45-second video. Okay. In that video, you see what is believed to be the Marathon store, the T-Mobile store, the barbershop, a couple cars, and we assume that it's Nipsey Hussle because he has on a white do-rag. But you can't see none of those fucking people, and they did that shit on purpose because they wanted to enact what happened the way they wanted you to see it happening. But you can't tell me you could look at that video and tell me you could see Nipsey Hussle's face or that other fat motherfucker's face or the nephew's face. None of those you can see. You can't even see the dude that they claiming to be Eric Holder. And the only reason you know that his name is Eric Holder is because they put it in your head. They put it on a visual on the screen. They said his name and every time you watch the video after that, the name Eric Holder kicks in. They don't have to do no more work. So I want to go through the timeline of the video real quick, and I'm not gonna hold everybody long. Just please bear with me because I'm trying to give a lesson. So imagine this, you from Compton, right? There's no fucking way in the world that a gangbanger who is from Compton will leave the area for 3 years and then show up all of a sudden on a Sunday with his shirt off in the hood, in the main hood. So I'm guessing Compton is what, blood maybe? Okay, so let's just assume it's blood. I don't know, so don't hold me to that. I'm just talking for reference. So let's just say Compton is blood area, right? So this former blood decides this is gonna be the Sunday that he gonna go get him a burger in his old stomping grounds. He got his shirt off. Okay, cool. So he got his shirt. Don't let that change what I'm saying. Just use it as an analogy. So all of a sudden, let's just say a former Pyru show up in a Pyru neighborhood that nobody's seen this nigga for 3 years with his shirt off, mind you. If that doesn't sound stupid to you right there, something is wrong. But let's keep on moving. So then, in the first few times they showed the video, you didn't have no kind of like words to it because they didn't know shit that they wanted to play the narrative over. So they was just showing you a video trying to get your mindset on what could have happened to Nip. And because we assume that there's Nipsey Hussle there, because you see the Marathon logo in the background in the store. All of a sudden in the video, now mind you, Eric Holder got out the whip with no shirt on now. He got 60s tat, or we got Pyru tats all over him, right? This nigga ain't been around in 3 years, and people suspecting that he got paperwork on him, which I'm sure he knows. You just gonna show back up in the fucking hood with one of the biggest gangs in America? Just every now and again. You can't prove that he had a shirt on one body because nobody knows what he had on because you don't even know if that's him in the video. So let me finish because I'm not trying to argue. So let's move on from there. So the only time that you realize that the name Eric Holder gets called is 3 days later or 2 days later. And what happens is you play the video back again. So now they run that same video in front of your eyes and you see this little dude come out of the corner. That's all part of the script, according to whatever. And now they've given him a name. So you automatically assume he had a shirt. They said he had a shirt with him, but when he got out the car, he had no shirt on. I know. I read what that bitch said. He put the shirt on after the fact when they pulled off to leave Master Burger, and that's when they came back with the busing. So let me finish, guys. So even if you were to believe the first part of that video, the second part is bullshit. Because now they waited 2 days to give you a narrative of who this guy is that they believe is coming around the corner. You don't know that that's fucking Eric Holder. You can't even tell who it is. You can't look at his face because you can't see his face. But they give you the narrative to make you think that this is such and such. I know I'm right. I ain't mad. I'm giving y'all real truth. So that part is debunked because that's bullshit. You didn't even know who Eric Holder was until they told you who the fuck Eric Holder was. So when the first time they showed the video, they just showed a smooth 45-second video playing, right? All right, so peep this out. Now those two things are debunked, right? So this nigga he go in Master Burger, he orders food. This nigga come out Master Burger. This is according to what they're saying. He come out Master Burger. He walked freely over to the car where that girl is, asked for $2. Now, obviously, he got tattoos on his back, on his front, around his neck, and on his arms. Everybody know this nigga in the 60s is from the 60s originally. He may not be participating anymore, but he's from the 60s. Like he plays allegiance to them niggas. So you telling me this nigga done, first of all, you done came into this area, a highly populated gang area, with your shirt off, and if you had a fucking tank top, I don't give a fuck. Just stay with the story. So what she said was he didn't have a shirt on until he got back in the car and he put his shirt on. That's what the girl said. I'm just going by what the girl said according to their narrative. Excuse me. So after that, if you can even if you grasp that part, even if you don't grasp that part, right? Then they show you this man that they've told you is Eric Holder walk up to where Nipsey is. Now let's stop right there, right? Cowboy, at this moment, the first time he walked up to Nipsey Hussle, according to their narrative, heard him speak to Nipsey, heard the conversation about snitching. Now, immediately, any nigga in the hood that know they boy probably gonna be in danger would immediately put shit together, right? So we already know that part is fake. Then you start seeing Eric Holder walk up, the supposed person that they're calling Eric Holder, walk up to where Nipsey is again, start busting, right? You still don't know it's Eric Holder, you can't see his face, but because they told you it's Eric Holder, that's who it is. Came back, bust some more, came back, bust some more. Now, initially, but that's why I said I don't believe in the video, so I'm going by what the girl said. That's what she said, that he didn't have a shirt on. So anyway, back to the real. So I really want you to understand what I'm saying and why we don't believe in it. So then you see a dude with a white do-rag on that you can at least tell that he has a white thing on his head by the Marathon store logo, and you assume it's Nipsey. You don't know that that's fucking Nipsey Hussle. You are not going to tell me that just because you seen that nigga with a cap on. They gave you pictures all morning long, the day before of his last photo, so you could see what he looked like and what he had on. So when they gave you the new bullshit, then you will fall right into, oh, that's Nipsey. That's what he had on. He had on a white cap. He had on a red shoe or whatever the fuck he had on. And you sit there and you absorb all of this in, knowing that it's bullshit. But the kicker to this is any rational thinking person would logically tell you there's no way you can look at something for 45 seconds and judge what the fuck happened, especially when you can't see no faces, no fires from the gun that he was supposed to have shot 2 guns 10 times. So I'm giving you the short version because I don't want everybody to be on here all night. I'm just telling you, Mo, that if you believe in that video, this is not the page for you, bro. And I'm not saying that in no disrespect to you. What I'm saying is, this might not be the place for you to be, because maybe your interaction with us is never going to be the same, because we think in a different way, right? So I allow everybody. I'm not saying allow as if I control these people. I'm saying we allow each other to deal with certain things. I don't know the answer to what happened on One Body. The only thing I can go with is the piece and bit stories that I have, and what I was told that it started at the payphone by Fat Burger, and it rounded around the back of Fat Burger, up around Master Burger and to the end. Either he made it to the Marathon store, or he was able to make it to the barbershop. I don't know, but that's the word that I got. You don't have to, bruh. You don't have to believe me, Mo. Go right, log out right now, and go pull up that fake ass video, and tell me I'm not telling you the truth. And while you watch the fake video, try to take away the knowledge that they implanted in your head. Because as soon as you see Eric Holder come out, you're gonna say, "Oh, that's Eric Holder," because they told you that's fucking Eric Holder. You can't see that man's face. You can't even tell if that's him no kind of way. All you can see is the part they tell you, okay, so this is Eric Holder, and he's entering the area. Nipsey is still over. Get the fuck out of here. And I don't mean that to you negatively, brother, but I'm just saying you have to start looking at stuff a little bit different, because they control the narrative since day one. And that's a whole nother thing. If you're not open to understand that, then that's a whole nother thing that you probably won't be available for. Fat Burger opens at 10 a.m. The payphone is 24 hours. So yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Okay. It could be a CGI. I mean, as long as you don't believe that tape is real, shit. I can't go back down through. That's gonna take too long. But if you go back about 5 videos, you'll see what excuse me, what the OG told me. And all I did was give it to the people. Know what I'm saying? That's all I do. The OG gave me some wise words that he came to me in my underneath my Black Beauty inbox, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I got some. I want to get some shit off my chest." And I'm like, he said, "I don't really want to give my name, but I heard you give out your email." So he's like, "Yo, if you don't mind, I would just like to tell you what I feel happened that day, because I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I heard that this is how it went down in the hood." And what he said specifically, just to make a long story short, is that I guess Nip got caught slipping at the payphone, and then they basically was shooting at him and beating him, making a mockery of him. I'm guessing he must have made it back to either the Marathon store or the barbershop before he passed. So that's what the dude told me. That's what they tell me. That's what the OG told me. I ain't got no reason not to trust him. But Mo, if you want to believe in the 45-second video, you're welcome to do that. If you want to believe in the Eric Holder narrative, you're welcome to do that. What I'm saying to you is, I don't believe that somebody who is still on that 45-second video mentally is probably not where we are a month later, because we've been talking about that since day one. And everybody that follows me since my day ones know that I don't believe in that video. I don't ask people to watch the video. And I believe it's more to everything that's going on. So it is what it is, man. Whether or not you care to believe it or not, that's fine. But ask yourself, why would you believe a fake 45-second video and not believe what I'm saying? You can bring up the exclusion of all broad daylight. You can bring up all of that. But Oh, okay. But okay, cool. I mean, you made it sound like you believed the video, so that's why I was saying what I was saying. And there's never no disrespect to anybody. I just don't. If a person's thought process, if a person's thought process can't get beyond that video, then there's nothing I can really tell them or do for them that's going to make them that's going to help them on their quest to find Nipsey Hussle information. Because you a lot of people are too narrow-minded and blinded, and all they understand is what they see. But ever since day one on this page, I've been trying to teach people to do things differently and to look at things differently. I mean, push come to shove, even the one part should save the day where you ask somebody, how can you base something so tragic on 45 seconds of video? There's no way you could do that. Not effectively. So I made my case. I just wanted to make sure everybody was up to par with their questions. I do want y'all to know, when he was killing, Well, okay. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to talk about it online, you can hit me. Anybody who wants to send me an email for any updated information, my email is blackbeautywilson@yahoo.com. Because it was at the gas station, Huda. And more money if you know what had happened to it, and you don't share that to people, to try to help them get some closure, then you worse than the people that killed them. And I don't mean any disrespect by that. I'm just saying. Well, TMZ, it wasn't TMZ's video. They took the video basically that had been playing in rotation for us to see those first couple days. So then what they did was they basically deboed the video and put their logo at the bottom. So now every time you go in there to anywhere that's showing that video, the day after or whatever, you're gonna get the TMZ logo every time. Y'all give me a second, I gotta go in here. I'm still here. I just had to take care of something. So what time is it where y'all at right now? All right, we're gonna do roll call. So here's what we're gonna do. I want y'all to shout out y'all city and then tell me what time it is. Okay, I see you. Okay. What's up?
I'm just coming in and do something.
Okay.
I bought some hamburger buns if you want to make some hamburgers.
No, I'm cool. Thanks. All right, so. Oh, Hampton. Appreciate it, Doki. The last thing I'm worried about is YouTube tracking. It really don't matter to me that much. They could track me. They track everything else we do. So why would I be worried about that? Everything you do, they watch. on YouTube, on Facebook. None of your personal information is safe. Hold on, y'all. All right, I'm back. All right, guys. Okay. I see y'all. Newark in the house, Greensville, London, Williamsburg. I don't know. Did I miss your comment? That's Alabama in the building. See how much I love y'all. I shout y'all out all the time. And I try to give y'all the best information that's available to you. Because a lot of people ain't going to do that. Let's just be real. They want to protect their interests. They want to protect them. Oh, Connecticut in the house? Yeah, I think, yeah, he right. I think it's, I think you can't put the word Nipsey Hussle in them. All right, so I'm back. I just had to get set up. I'm tired. I'm about to play Xbox before I go to sleep. All right, so hold on. All right, so 8:30 New Mexico in the house, Maryland. I used to go to school in Maryland. I went to Northwestern High School. Dallas in the building. What's up, Dallas? Underwater. Let's see. 929 Houston. Shout out to Houston. Shout out to Chicago for Misunderstood. North Richmond, California. Shout out to y'all out there. Daniel Medina, Ontario, California, 7:30. Joseph Russo, Roll Tide. Yeah, that's not a time, but hey, we'll take it. Williamsburg, 11:29. Shout out to Williamsburg. Shout out to London. Shout out to Greensville. Shout out to North Jersey in the house. Connecticut. Shout out to Alabama. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to Connecticut. Shout out to Vegas in the building. And shout out to New Jersey, my homeland. Now I have to wind down after dialysis. It takes a while for you that medicine to wear off a little bit so you can get your bearing. If you was ever on dialysis, you would understand what I'm saying. That drain. But it's not a sleepy drain, it's your body just tired. Roll Tide. Uh-oh, we got Kentucky in the building. Shout out to Kentucky. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Like, I never understood why they would be out there gangbanging and it's like pretty by the beach. That don't make no sense. You got all the amenities and the luxury shit. We the ones should be doing all the other shit. Black people over here need to be over here chilling. Y'all got a beach. I got all kind of shit. What's up, Daniel? Daniel. Connecticut, Miami, okay. We know that for sure, Ms. D. It's a shame, but, you know. Plainsfield in the building. Y'all don't even realize the impact of Nipsey Hussle in that area. The fact that I guarantee you, nobody with the caring heart will ever come through there like that again. They messed up an opportunity so bad, and the community don't even know. It's really, really sad that, you know, kids in the future gonna have to hear a story about a man who tried to stop people from being homeless and all of that on the streets, trying to help people get better affordable housing. He got gunned down and killed like a dog. That's crazy. But like I said, it is what it is, man. What's boys in the hood? Uh-oh. Water is green and dirty, yeah. I mean, I ain't never seen a bad street in Cali as far as I've been looking. So maybe not. I guess they have projects like everywhere else. Yeah, I saw that video, D-Squared. Yeah. And now Sultan Roots ain't got nobody to protect him no more. That's a shame. All them people that he kept, money in their pocket, cut off. Yeah, man. Well, alright, guys. I ain't gonna stay on here too much longer. I gotta get up in the morning, so. Yeah, I'm about to go to bed right now. For sure. Just trying to make sure I answered all my questions. It's a shame you gotta find another way to make a little bit of money here and there. Good night, Miss Lewis. Good night, Miss Regina. Good night, Miss Melissa. Peace out, brother. I'm really tired. Well, tomorrow's another day, so I hope y'all have a good night. Take care of yourselves, and I'll get with you another time. All right? Peace. Good night, Misunderstood. Good night, everybody.